Welcome to Base Watches, your gateway to timeless sophistication. In this video, we unravel the world of horology, presenting one of the 5 best watches you can buy in 2024. Join us on this journey through style, innovation, and craftsmanship, showcasing timepieces that define excellence. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a watch enthusiast seeking the latest trends, this guide will illuminate the path to your perfect timepiece. Let's embark on this adventure of watch discoveries together. The Black Bay case has been redesigned, and while it maintains a similar 41mm wide size, it looks like a very different watch. The steel case for this new generation Black Bay is the best the collection has ever had. The previous generation Black Bay wore larger and had more visual mass. The new model is a bit thinner and has less prominent lugs that help the watch wear a bit smaller and more comfortably. The lugs also don't run right along the side of the case, so a bit more attention is given to the watch dial. The bezel edging and crown are totally new, as is the dial, but it is hard to tell until you put the new and older generation Black Bay models next to each another. Even though Tudor went a bit more classic in style with the M794-110RU Black Bay, I think it helps make the watch that much more desirable. Engineering on the Black Bay is very good. The case itself is a recreational diver's watch with 200 meters of water resistance and a domed sapphire crystal over the dial. From a watch design perspective, pretty much everything about this third-generation Black Bay is an improvement. That said, the watch doesn't have as many visual quirks, and it loses a bit of the modern personality of the Black Bay generation that came before it. Inside the M794-110RU Black Bay is Tudor's in-house caliber MT5602U automatic movement. This movement operates at 4 Hz with 70 hours of power reserve. Sometimes even a fan of the avant-garde just wants something simple. Generic, if done well, can be incredibly satisfying, particularly when a watch in that category is surrounded by a bunch of stuff that for one reason or another are not everyday pieces. The concept of these partially open dials isn't the most mainstream, as it sits in between a classic full dial and a more demonstrative, entirely open-worked movement. Yet it fills a gap in collections, as if it allows to see some of the movement's parts. Legibility isn't too affected, and these watches retain some sleekness. There's been multiple open-heart Tissot watches in the past, but the Gentleman Powermatic 80 open-heart brings something more. Indeed, instead of a traditional round opening at 12 o'clock over the balance, it gives a bit more with an H-shaped cutout that sits between 9 and 12 o'clock and also reveals the escapement. The rest of the watch, except for the dial, is the same as before. 40mm diameter, a reasonable 11.50mm height, a nicely executed case made of brushed and polished stainless steel, a classic and timeless design that won't go out of fashion, and enough overall resistance to make this watch an all-rounder. The top is protected by an anti-reflective sapphire crystal, and water resistance is rated at 100 meters, more than enough for a jump in the pool or even a bit of underwater fun. Inside the case is the ETA Powermatic movement, a strong evolution of the 2824 architecture with an extended 80 power reserve. In conclusion, the Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Open Heart is a testament to Tissot's ability to blend traditional watchmaking with contemporary aesthetics. At Watches and Wonders this year, Rolex did something it rarely ever does. It released an entirely new segment of watches, retiring the Cellini line and introducing the 1908. The latter serves as a spiritual successor to the Cellini, but with an eye toward the brand's historical penchant for making core dress watches. What's more, it was part of a new push by the brand to begin including exhibition casebacks into some of its models, the Daytona being the other. But the 1908 is, and there's hardly another way to put it, hot. I may be a Rolex guy, but I'm also not much of a dress watch guy, and the 1908 really spoke to me. The design of the numerals for the 3912, including the Open 9, and the classic approach to the small seconds subdeal give it a look that is almost exclusively dressy. At 39mm, it's a tad on the large size, but it still wears so well, especially with the heft of the precious metals. My pick is undoubtedly the yellow gold with the black dial, because it's a matte black, Something that just screams vintage, and something you don't often see on a dress watch. This is my pick all the way. The Big Crown Pointer date is a signature piece for Oris, and it is a consumer favorite, with numerous options and colors to satisfy the demand. There are references in steel and bronze in 36, 38, and 40mm cases, with metal bracelets and leather straps with burgundy, green, blue, brown, black, and gray dials. The Oris Waldenburgerbone edition is a watch in a stainless steel case, 40mm in diameter, with a domed sapphire crystal. The dial is black with large Arabic numerals, minutes, railway track, and all other inscriptions in white. The only bright element is the red tip of the central hand that points to the date. The bezel is fluted, a standard feature. It would have been nice to have it produced to recall the 1938 model. A dark brown sustainable deer leather strap with a quick strap change system by Servo Volante, Oris's partner, completes the look of this limited edition Oris. The caseback is engraved with a steam locomotive once running the Waldenburgerbone, and there is a limited edition number. The movement that drives the Oris Waldenburgerbone is the automatic caliber 754, used across the collection since long ago. It has 38 hours of power reserve. In conclusion, the Oris Big Crown Pointer date Waldenburgerbone is a special edition watch that combines vintage-inspired design elements with a distinctive pointer date function. As a casual kind of guy who basically has season tickets to anything in titanium, my need for a dress watch is admittedly limited. Despite this, I do have such a fondness for the category. This year, JLC released an enticing spin on the Reverso tribute by adding a chronograph to one side of their beloved dress watch. The result forms another example of what I like best about the world of the Reverso. Those models that have a beautiful dress watch on one side of the flippable case, while the other offers some sort of complication or more fanciful execution of the time. The tribute chronograph is truly a two watches in one kind of creation, as the dressier dial is time only while the other side offers a very JLC take on a chronograph, with a skeletonized dial that features a retrograde 30-minute chronograph counter. If I were lucky enough to have one, I'd be looking for excuses to dress up. Here's hoping they expand a line to include an option in yellow gold. If you guys like this video or this video helped you, please give the video a like. Links to all the products mentioned are in the description below. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, I will see you guys later.